I'm back for Dust CS's ongoing coverage of the Blast TV Austin Major Stage 3, and with Vitality, who have ended the day 1-1 with a win. So, of course, the thing we kind of have to start with is the loss earlier today against Legacy. Um, there's been much ado, much discussion about, the Vitality streak has finally been broken. Do you guys care at all?
No, to be honest, we don't. Like, we've had this every tournament at some point. Like, everyone's talking about the win streak. Everyone's focused on that. But yeah, we just try to isolate the tournament itself. And this one is the most special one, and this one matters the most. So we really try to just focus on every single match on its own and then take it from there. I mean, I think winning or losing, sorry, rather, in the best of one, it was something that's you could feel that's coming because you saw how Falcons were in the previous stage, and it's very sad what happened to them. So I think it's just tough with the formats. Obviously, we were a bit surprised how well the Legacy played against us. So I think they just, I don't know, they played a good game. Maybe got lucky with some smoke spams, obviously, but props to them. I think if you beat us, it's a statement itself. So yeah.
Are you someone who generally cares about symbolism and superstition? Things like win streaks, curses, stuff like that. As a player, are you one of those more superstitious ones? Have to wear like the same socks for every match and stuff like that?
Not to the extreme levels of superstition. I think there's definitely a good balance of doing some stuff always the same, like having the same breakfast, or sorry, not breakfast, but morning routine. You do everything the same way each time. You do the huddle always the same time with the whole team, so that's something that the whole team is part of. So there's small things like that. Maybe in the warm-ups, each player's routines might just do some random stuff, so not really specific there, but. Yeah, I don't know. A bit of a balance. Some things yes, some things not.
Speaking about superstitions, curses, all that stuff. I don't know if you had a chance to see on HLTV. Lucas wrote an article about the curse of Dallas. Every team who wins Dallas ends up getting cursed and has something bad happen to them down the road. For Cloud9, that roster never really got back together again and got picked apart. And I believe whoever won it last year also, G2, Hooksy left the roster right after that because they're like, oh, Stewie did so well. Do you believe in kind of curses like that, or is that just kind of a bit of fun?
I don't really believe in the curse. I think when that kind of stuff happens, I mean it is just what do you call the stars aligning. Just things happen by chance in my POV. I think it's very unfortunate that teams that have done good in Dallas, for example, have had a rough future after that. So yeah, it's tough to say. I think it's more of a coincidence. That's how I see it. I mean, at the end of the day, like we play CS. We take it very calculated risk every day in the match. How we prepare, we perform. So I think in that sense, it's just maybe a coincidence, and things just happen to go that way.
Speaking about that, maybe Falcons took the curse away from you guys and being knocked out in stage two. What was your reaction to seeing all those top teams, especially Falcons, who's kind of your foil right now in World Counter Strike? Are you happy to kind of have them out of the tournament, out of your way, or is it a tinge of sadness that your rivals are struggling?
No, from a competition aspect, obviously they are one of the main rivals, and when you don't have to face them, you have a slight advantage, I would say, because we've been having very close games against them so far in the year. So I think, yeah, in that sense, yeah, it can be a help, but we still have to get there. We still have to get to the playoffs, still have to go to the semis, final, whatever, right? So I think, it's like a yes and no, because yeah, like we've had a lot of success, but at the same time we lost the best of one to Legacy, which is very unexpected to our level of play. So yeah, it's like it's a curse and a blessing at the same time, I guess. and
And then final question for you. Your third best of one tomorrow. You haven't played any best of ones since Shanghai, actually. How are you feeling about the? Are you guys feeling a bit more comfortable with the best of ones now that you've had two under your belt?
I think the best part is just winning one. I think if we were to go 0-2, then we know okay, it's the best of ones are over and we enter the best of threes. But still, like having a bit of success in best of three best of one is going to help everyone involved. And we obviously have the rough start to the tournament, but it's best of ones, and we can turn it around so fast. Like tomorrow morning, we're gonna play I don't know who, but we'll see. We'll see, and we could be 2-1, and it also could be 1-2 if it doesn't go our way. But we're really confident after this win, and I think it boosts the morale for sure. Obviously, it's tough to kind of react to a match loss because it's been a while. So Yeah, it's just an odd feeling, and going through those emotions, how it feels to lose. It's obviously it really sucks, but how people react and what's the feedback on after the match between the teammates and stuff like that. So we just had a small, kind of a capture what went wrong and stuff like that, and obviously, um, yeah, we just had to bounce back, and I think we have a lot of good experience under our belts, with some of our players, and I think that's also the main thing that helps.
All right, that's ropz from Team Vitality. We'll see him in action tomorrow as they look to eventually escape the gravity well. That's the best of ones. Thank you so much for your time.